welcome everyone to another episode of Biomedcast. Today, I am your host Fananta, and along with me, we have as usual.
Hi, I'm Hoi Tong.
And I'm Lillian.
And today we have a very special guest, one of our classmates. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey there, so today she's Simon.
She's Eileen, and together we are
Marlene!
Today, our podcast will be about breaking up the biomed course. So, as you guys know, we are now seniors. We only have a year left in our course, and there are more students joining up. Our juniors BM122, and soon there will be BM123. So, in this episode, we're trying to basically break down what we have been through, starting from semester 1. And we'll work our way up to semester 4. Okay. So the first question I would like to ask you all is, when you entered semester 1, what was your expectations for the biomed course?
Would you like to start first? Or?
Yeah, thanks for asking. What was my expectation when I entered here? Obviously, I expected that it would be stressful because it's like a med degree. It's a biomed degree. So my expectation to it is like I'll be doing a lot of practicals. I'll be expecting more reports compared to college years and high school, because during high school and college years, the practicals are just like a few times in a month. But now, since entering biomed is mostly a lot of laboratory stuff. So I actually expected a lot of practicals and also reports going on. But then when I enter, it's not only revolving around practicals and what do you call it, reports.
Yeah.
There's actually workshop, there's actually flipped classroom, there's other activities, there's even, we'll talk about that later. But we have like a acting session. Yeah, that's interesting. So it was okay, I guess. Yeah.
Simone?
For me, my expectations were kind of the opposite of her. Because when I entered IMU, I entered the semester like pretty chill at first, because I didn't know that our workload was going to be so heavy. So like when we first started our Sem 1, it was kind of like a bomb that kind of dropped me, because like I didn't expect, especially like the level of content, like the amount of content that we had to absorb from Sem 1. Because from A levels, I was taught like I did A levels for my pre-U, so like I was taught to just absorb content on, like it was. I was used to it because like in high school, it's sort of like the same as in high school, where like you absorb content, and at like I know A levels was hard, but still I was used to studying on a theory basis. But then in uni level, in uni it was very different, because their system of like teaching was so different. So it was hard for me to transition from there, especially like there was this module, general pathology.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that one was very hard for me to pick up, because there was like a unique system that we had to like adhere to really understand the content. Yeah.
So the co-host also, as a part of BM121 right now, how did you guys feel when Sem 1 was about to start?
Actually, for me, I feel like the same with Simula. Like, when I entered this course, like, I didn't expect, like ton of information, And then, like, so I just went through the semester, like, very chill. And then when the exam just, like, came, I'm like, oh my god. It's like, it's,
Yeah, that's the word for about it.
How about you?
For me, it's quite chill because for Sem 1, basically our module is just what I learned in Form 6. It's just that I'm taking the Form 6 again.
Oh.
So, yeah, except for pathology, but I find that okay. So, Sem 1 for me is like pretty okay, not very stressful.
Yeah, same. Like Sem 1 specifically, because like the modules, when you read it, it's pretty general. Like we have general biochemistry, statistics, principle of biology and genetics, those kind of stuff, And when you look at it initially, it's like, oh, this is probably stuff that I've known before, foundation or high school or A levels. But the problem with me is because I thought of it that way, I paid less attention in classes, which is not a good habit. But it ended up me not doing the best I can at the end. So I think one advice for future cohorts and juniors, even though it sounds easy for some modules and the upcoming semesters, make sure to always stay vigilant and just study at the same pace you would if it's a really hard exam. And so what are the interesting part of semester 1? Any interesting? Okay, I think the first interesting part for me was at laboratory instrumentation and management.
Same. That's for me too.
There was specifically the acting class. We had 2
wait.
acting.
I thought acting class in sem 2.
There was one online.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I remember that.
Simo acted. She prompted Mean Girls there.
Oh,
Yeah,
Regina
Angelia?
George. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that was fun actually. Yeah, I remember the online one.
I
What was
remember.
the topic about again?
It was like conflict within the workplace, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, how to handle
yeah.
conflict
Yeah,
and like how to
handling
manage your
conflict.
emotional
Yeah.
stress in the workplace.
Oh, I remember you became so popular after that.
No, like
you
the
did.
Yeah,
It'd be nice
yeah.
if you could, cut the video that she created.
No need to be so humble. It's fine.
Yeah, but basically we had to role play as like she was a victim, sort of the victim in the
of
workplace.
hers.
Yeah, and like me and my other friend, we were supposed to role play as like the bullies to sort of like torment her in her work. But hey, on the bright side, it served as like a character development for her
Yeah.
because that's when she knew how to like
Resilience.
yeah, that's how she built resilience from our bullying.
So it actually helpful in real life application.
I guess.
But I really like her acting though. Actually, it's like it's very
know.
funny, especially the.
I think we all enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The rehearsal part is very. I enjoy rehearsal.
How long did it take you to rehearse that part?
3 to
Not
2
long.
rehearsals,
I mean,
Oh, so it's a natural.
It's our natural element.
Whoa.
Can we do a
It's us in our
comeback?
natural habitat.
We should do a comeback.
Can we do a comeback?
We should.
In the future,
It's in her nature already. Alright, so
Yeah, that was an exciting part of semester 1. But other than that, how are the studies specifically? What were your like difficult modules? Do you remember? So sem 1 we had biochemistry, statistics, principle of biology and genetics, anatomy and physiology, and general pathology. What would you rank like number 1 as the hardest subject for you?
it's the hardest.
okay, let's rank it together.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
let's in the count of 3. We say
Wait.
Top-
What are the subject again?
Biochem, principle of biology and genetics, anatomy, and general pathology. Because I think statistics was okay, right? So
I feel like we're all gonna have the same answer.
Yeah.
sure. Okay, we'll see. Number 1, okay. Number 1, or you wanna start from top
number
three?
The hardest one.
The hardest.
On the count of 3.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Pathology.
Oh,
Pathology.
Me.
Oh, you said pathology.
I said anatomy.
I said
Yeah.
anatomy.
Oh,
I
hi.
really like
We share the same
Three,
brain cell.
3 against.
3 against 2.
Why? Okay. What were your like reason to choose
Anatomy.
the first one?
Anatomy, there was just a lot of stuff to memorize, first of all. And the thing is, the lecture slide contains a lot of stuff, and it's just hard to pick out which ones that essential for biomed. Because I remember like some lectures saying, oh, you don't have to memorize this one. But then that one list is connecting to the other one, and then you need to know that to know the others. So anatomy for me is one of the reason I didn't take medicine, first of all, because that's really important for medicine.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's basically it for me. How about pathology? What's up with pathology? I feel like I understand pathology would be my second, as there's like I remember seeing a lot of you need to memorize a lot of microscopic views and stuff, and you have to understand.
Yeah.
They'll give you like a sample of a disease, a clinical
Yeah,
disease, and then you have to identify it. I think that was the hardest part. Was it?
I think for me, the reason I didn't choose anatomy as my first one, because we said just now, like, Sem 1 is like actually a sneak peek of our pre-U courses. But then, like, anatomy, I think anatomy and physiology, I briefly went through during my pre-U years, like, the function labeling of the body and the bones. But then, pathology, I didn't actually get to learn, like, not even a slightest basic in my pre-U years. So when I like got exposure to it, I'm like, oh, what is this? What is that? But then I would say pathology. I'm very grateful that all of us got our lecturer was very good in explaining the pathology part. Like every lesson he made a mind map for us to recap. So I think tips for the junior is it's actually important to not just study and then go to the next one, but it's important to do something like active recall. So active recall, you can do it by doing mind mapping. But then for us, we are we're lucky enough that lecturer for this course like module made the mind map for us, so we can active recall together with the whole class. Because he did not just do the mind map and just send it to us, but like I think it's through the online meeting class. He mind map while asking question, then the mind map is all built based on different opinions from the students. So maybe you can, for the juniors, maybe you can form a study group with your friends or even with yourself. It's important to have a active recall, active recall, and then recap back what you learned before you move to the next one. So that actually helps a lot.
Yeah.
How about you, Lillian? Why did you pick pathology?
For me, it's also like the same as Elena, cause like I took foundation also, right? But like, we studied like a brief, like about the anatomy and then like what we need to memorize and stuff. But the thing that is not there is the pathology. Plus, like, at that time I was just not used to see all the pink and purple staining. Yeah, so like even though I see the pictures, like I didn't really understand like what was this, what is this, and stuff like that. Yeah.
So it's pretty much like based on preference. Like some people, because pathology is like a new kind of thing for foundation students to study, and yeah. So yeah, that's it for semester 1. Let's move on to semester 2. So going through semester 2, you just passed semester 1. What was your expectation? Is semester 2 gonna be easier, harder? What was your what's the first thing that went in your mind when you started semester 2? The first week of semester 2.
What do you feel, Simon?
I think compared to like the transition period from pre-U to Sem 1, it was definitely very tough because I didn't know how to like fill in the gaps because the transition was quite tough. But from Sem 1 to Sem 2, it was definitely a lot lighter than from pre-U to Sem 1. Because Sem 1, we've already built the foundation of like what we need to know and how each module is taught. Assessed also. Yeah. So like Sem 1 in general pathology, like I think the process of like learning content was very linear, and also thanks to our professor, he really helped us through that like process of seeing the bigger picture and like by doing mind maps and stuff. So in Sem 2, it was easier to like leverage that system to our advantage of how we can study better, and also since like in Sem 2, I lost my train of thought. I would say like in Sem 2, it was the burden was like much lighter. We knew what to expect.
Yeah.
That's true though. I feel like after Sem 2, I feel like I went through a change. You know that phrase like new Sem 2. I feel like
change in look.
No.
Yeah, change in look. Yeah.
But in terms of like studying wise, I felt like I had to do more in semester 2, and hearing like rumors how semester 2 is going to be like one of our toughest semester, I took the action myself to actually try and do more work on semester 2. And I feel like looking at the list of semester 2, it looks pretty tough. First, we have microbiology. Microbiology was, I feel like it was a really fun practical sessions, but then
Oh.
hell yeah, fun.
Which part do you find fun?
Which
Okay, maybe it's a personal thing
Yeah.
because I love handling bacteria. That was like foundation wise, I didn't get to do that because I don't think there was any module relating to it. So I feel like for me, microbiology was a new thing, and the practical session was the first thing for me. You know, there was a lot of work to do, but it was fun work. You know, like inoculating and culturing. That was one of my favorites.
That's actually fun.
Yeah.
Like the shrieking part.
Right.
Right.
But but the hard part for microbiology was the exams. I feel like the exams had OSP where you had to know the different structure of viruses, bacteria. They ask you is it a single-stranded RNA, double-stranded RNA. I feel like that was the part where made me hate microbiome a bit, but I enjoyed the practical sessions a lot. So how about you guys? Like, what was your favorite module in semester 2? And medical epi does not count. Medical epidemiology. I feel like that was
Why not?
because it's okay. If I had the choice to put that first, I would put that first because obviously that was it was a theater kind
Yeah,
of thing, right?
the assessment wise is fun.
Yeah, that was the most fun.
So
you
other
guys had to watch a movie, right?
oh my god, yes, I remember that. We had to watch what movie was it?
It's
Outbreak.
an outbreak.
Oh, yeah.
Is it cholera?
I think it's the
Is it?
It's about the
Ebola.
It's like
Ebola.
Ebola.
yeah, I think it was Ebola.
Yeah.
But in the movie, it was they created a fictional virus that sort of like imitated Ebola.
Yeah, medical epi was. I feel like it was like a therapy session for me, you know, because I mean, and during classes, because I remember we watched a movie together, and
Yeah.
we did have to write a reflective for it, but a reflective is just basically what you watch during the thing.
Basically, medical epi is like a comfort zone in SEM 2.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
very comforting to get the classes, to do all the assessment there. Then
Speaking of medical epi, we have to talk about the tabletop.
Oh right.
what's that?
What's
The
that?
theater
The
show.
tabletop presentation, the one we did on the
We had to
stage.
role play it. And then
On the
you were the
stage.
director general of the
Oh,
Ministry of
okay,
Health.
okay. We have to talk about that.
No, we haven't.
Oh, all right. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, yeah.
So you were saying which were the favorite subject for SEM 2?
Mm.
I would say. Okay, let's
what
say
subjects were
together.
there?
Okay, let's sit together again. Okay. I mean, I already said mine, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll mention the subjects first.
Mm.
Microbiology, metabolic biochemistry, hematology and transfusion science, general pharmacology, and cardiovascular system. So we're mentioning the one we hate, the one that was the hardest.
Now we're mentioning the one that
Our
we-
favorite.
Okay.
Our
Yeah,
favorite.
favorite.
Okay.
I'll count to three. 3, 2, 1.
Pharmacology.
Oh,
I heard
Wait,
pharmacology.
Did someone say cardio?
both of us said hematology.
But actually, pharmacology is my second next goal. It's like it's like you learn about because all this while we have been eating medications. We don't know how does it work. Then
Yes.
when I got exposed, like this is how it works in the body. It's like so interesting.
I
Yeah.
see.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually like very applicable to our daily life, especially
Yeah.
when like you have to take medications every day, and then you sort of like learn where does the medication go, how is it absorbed in the body,
But
and
the-
like how is it
I
metabolized,
think
how is it excreted.
it's like it's more chemistry, so
Do you enjoy chemistry?
No.
more?
No, I think
Oh.
because it's
I like the subject, but not chemistry.
yeah. That's why we could never get to
Pharmacy.
because pharmacy is like their general pharmacology. They learn it in their SEM 1 as their basic. But then in depth is a lot of chemistry. We enjoy it because we are learning the brief. We're learning more about the theory part instead of the equation part.
Oh, so I guess you enjoy the concept of pharmacology, but then when you go into it, it's more difficult, right?
Yeah.
I think because like in pharmacology, dosage matters a lot. And like, I think a lot of us here are not good at math.
There was a lot of math.
But in our general pharmacology module, I don't think there was a lot of math involved, right?
Yeah.
Maybe one or two.
I
but it
remember
was still-
there is 70 question, right? EOS for pharmacology.
Yeah. It's like MCQ.
70. We went through 70 questions.
Aw.
It was so long ago.
How
we
did
don't
we get
remember.
here?
So, how about hematology? Why do you guys pick hematology?
Yeah, why Simon?
Okay. I think firstly, it was mainly due to the practicals that we were able to perform.
Let's say the practical name. 1, 2.
Practical name?
What's the
The process?
what's the
the procedure?
the procedure that we enjoy, like one of the practical.
I think I know.
You know what? In hematology, there's one procedure. That's procedure that we get to perform. When you puncture. It's so obvious when you literally do it. You think all this like cheese like.
I mean, we're living in a Gen Z era. So I was about to say staining.
You mean the blood smears?
Like,
The best is the difficult part.
I mean,
yeah, true.
I enjoyed the hematology had a lot of finger pricking.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I guess is it
Tripping
weird?
me
Oh,
out.
Is it
yeah,
weird that
finger
it was
pricking,
fun to do?
I mean, I kind of.
Okay, so when you say fun, is it fun to prick yourself or prick your lab mate?
Myself.
I know, right? That's it.
I mean, I remember spending like 20 slides just redoing it over, even though
Oh yeah.
we did it correctly. I mean, that was like
Basically, the practical.
yeah, because I don't remember handling any sort of blood in my foundation or A-level years. So I think that was a really fun thing for me to do.
I think the blood smear was like one of the hardest technique to master. Cause like I remember when I was like doing it, right, I had like one row of slides of all my failures on the bench. Cause like it's very difficult to get a like a tongue shaped smear, like a consistent tongue shape, and like it's supposed to like fade over the slide.
Yeah.
But mine just looks like a bunch of long beans spreading across the slide. It's very hard to get it like consistent, you know?
Yeah.
How do you feel when you got your first smear? Success.
It was like being in heaven.
Exactly.
I remember like the lab assistant was showing how to do it, and she's doing it so easily.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then she was asking like, "Oh, why can't you guys do it? It's not that hard." And then she kept showing us.
So practice makes perfect. That's for real.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's,
if
that's
you
actually
ever feel like you're having imposter syndrome because you can't, like, no matter how many times you do it, you can't do it, don't worry. We were on the same boat as you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how about Lillian cardio? I need to hear this.
It was actually fun.
to.
No, but for practical, I like the hematology the most. But like study wise, because the thing is for our module every semester, like we have like system wise base, right? Yeah, I think I like those like, cause like this time, for example, we're like learning the Reno one, and then I like those like system based. Yeah.
System based, yeah. So like specific system, and at that time there was only cardio, so it was the only one.
Yeah.
But it was really tough because I feel like cardio had the most lectures, the most
Because
information.
it was combined.
Right.
It was
Yeah,
cardio
yeah.
and respiratory.
Yeah, cardio and respiratory. It was a
It
combined
was
module.
insane.
Yeah.
Because like I remember our seniors, I think they had separate modules, cardio and respy.
Yeah.
But like for us, it was combined. So for EOS end of semester examination, we had to learn like double the systems in one shot.
Yeah.
And I think it was over like 30 topics or
No,
something.
it was more. I think more than 30. I remember noting it. The thing is, it's easier in terms of examination wise, but then studying it is really, it feels like hell. That's all
I
I
would
can
say
say.
the one that loves it because maybe like
Like
people
Lillian.
like Lillian, maybe they really like to study the heart,
Mm.
the lung. So yeah, you enjoy definitely. But for the ones find it, don't really enjoy. You find it like what, Fabian's.
Special mention.
I think you can guess who her favorite lecturer is.
Actually, my first
So
subject is
formal doesn't even
microbiology.
call him doctor.
So yeah, Fernanda say it will be hell, but it will get through it because our assessment is actually like 40 to 60%.
Yeah.
Remember, so yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, and like on the bright side, if you look at it, because since like these two modules are under like one module, you will only get like 50%. Like for example, there's 40 MCQs, 20 will be from cardio, 20 will be from respi. Whereas like for our seniors, it was like 40 questions for cardio, 40 for respi. Yeah, so lesser questions, better life.
Better like.
Now that we've covered the topics, let's talk about medical epidemiology. I want to know, what was your acting session? What was your topic about?
We were in the same group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think our topic was dengue.
yeah,
Mm.
it was about dengue.
Yeah. So we had to like, I think we had
It was
to
about
present
outbreaks.
about
Yeah.
like we had to give a scenario. So obviously we gave like there's like a epidemic in like some kind of village. Yeah, and then we had to act out how like we controlled the outbreak. So we had like a few characters. She was the Director General of
Yeah.
the Ministry of Health. I forgot what I was.
You were the
The narrator.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there were like doctors and then like nurses and then this little boy who got infected by the mosquito, and like our mosquito was also a real character played by one of our friends. So like we gave him like a cone.
Cone.
To act as like the, what do you call it, the antenna?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun, it was cute.
All right. So, moving on to semester 3. So, semester 3, I don't know how to feel about this semester. For me, it wasn't the best nor the worst, but it was just a semester I felt like it had to go by, So, how about you guys? What do you feel about semester 3?
Honestly, you say that you don't know, it's like it's just a semester that go by. When you mention semester 3, nothing happened. I feel like nothing
Right.
happened there.
Yeah.
When I go back, it's like, what happened in Sem 3 again? I just know I passed it and I'm now here in Sem 4. What happened in Sem 3? Because when you say Sem 1, Sem 2, I could think of something.
Right.
Sem 3, okay, can you like...
So, semester 3, I remember. I'll mention the modules, so maybe you'll get.
Yeah.
So first we have biomedical informatics, molecular biology and biotechnology, histopathology and cytopathology, management and experimentation on animals, musculoskeletal and central nervous system, and the 2 selective, information data analytics and radiobiology. So how do you feel about these modules? I feel like you don't remember.
As you were mentioning the subjects, right, I realized that, I think those subjects traumatized me so much that I wanted to forget about all of them.
They were
Except animals though.
Oh.
I remember that.
Animals
yeah.
traumatized me.
I mean, it was the first time for me handling mouse and rats and
Yeah,
rabbits.
I remember.
But it was a good experience, as in like. Okay, I love animals. You guys love animals?
Yeah.
Right. So, I think the hardest part of animals was seeing them die, because eventually you had to like dissect them. So from day one, from the first practical where you kind of get introduced to your animals, everyone had like their own animal, right? We had the marking session on the mouse, so like everyone had their own mouses to them, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I feel like it was a bit mean because over the few practicals, it felt like we were just experimenting with them, like testing the anesthesia out. And I think my group and some other group, we messed up the anesthesia and the mouse didn't make it.
Oh shucks.
Yeah.
Wait, do you guys name your own mouse?
I did.
We try not to,
Uh,
because if you name them, then because like you're supposed to experiment on the same mouse throughout the semester.
Mhm.
So if you name them, you might get emotionally attached to
Oh.
the animal. And so like once you have to like anesthetize
Anesthesia.
anesthesia. Yeah, once you have to like inject anesthesia in them and let them go, can be tough
Yeah.
because of that like bond that you made with them. So try not to name your mouse.
That's true. Okay, so how about the other modules? Do you have any favorites or least favorite module?
To be honest,
Honestly.
I think the reason why we couldn't think of anything when we think of Sem 3 was because Sem 1, Sem 2, at least there's still some relation. We still got exposed to it in the past. But then Sem 3 is like totally, every subject, every module, it's like all new to us. All the contents are very new and seems pretty hard to us. That's why when they asked me to name my favorite, I couldn't really name one. I mean, it's not like I dislike, but I feel like it's a module that I have to go through to continue my journey in study. So I would say it's neutral for me for Sem 3 subjects. But then I do find, I mean, animals is another exposure. But then there's this module. I mean, Sem 3 is also the first time that we have electives. So, and then we got electives and selective as well. So selective, I chose data analytics. And there's another elective course about informatics. I feel like both of this is also quite new. It's like we get to learn science through the IT, through the internet eye. So it's quite, I feel like Sem 3 is about, it's like opening a new world to me in biomedical science. So it's more like experiencing stuff in Sem 3.
I see. Yeah, biomedical informatics was really new to us, and now I can see the importance of biomedical informatics. Even at that time, I was questioning a bit why we were learning biomedical informatics, because it was a lot relating to IT's computer stuff, but there was also mainly it was the sequencing, right?
Yeah.
Like blasting and FASTA gene and those kind of stuff. I mean, the reason why I don't really enjoy Sem 3 because I feel like most of the module involve genetic at some level and genetics and just genomes at some level, and I didn't really enjoy molecular bio or anything related to genome. That would be my reason why semester 3 was just passed by for me, you know. Yeah. But then there was some interesting topic like histo and cytopathology for me because I did enjoy looking at tissue samples and cells and the staining. Like it was new to me, and I wanted to learn more about how to actually interpret the stainings of the cells. How about Debbie and Lillian? How was your semester 3?
I feel quite okay.
So no favorite module, nothing?
Molecular.
Molecular.
Oh.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I like
Okay.
genomic, then like genotyping,
Okay.
sequencing. Yeah.
And Lillian?
For me, honestly, like Sem 3 is one of the best semesters for me.
Best semester.
Yeah, I mean, like compared to Sem 1 and Sem 2, because like I feel like we're more free. Are we?
Yeah.
Right.
In terms of freedom, yes, because I don't think there was as much reports, if I remember. I mean, there was still excessive report, but it was just not the same level as it was in semester 2. And also, I feel like a lot of events happened on semester 3 that I think a couple of us participated in. So I think that's another reason for me that it was a pretty good semester.
Yeah, plus like in sem 3, like I think I got to I got more work-life balance.
Oh.
Yeah, like after class or maybe at night I can go somewhere here with others. Yeah, and stuff. Yeah. So that's what's like what makes it fun lah.
I feel like it was the opposite of us. Because I remember like the practical report submission, it was like back to back. I just remember both of us like rushing to like complete assignments on the due date itself. Yeah, I was so
Did you guys wait till the last minute to?
Like, technically, it wasn't last minute. It was just on time. Yeah.
Last minute.
On time.
Oh, okay. I guess semester 3 for us, everyone has their own experience. So, yeah, the juniors will have to really go through semester 3 to see how they will feel about it. Yeah. So now we can move on to our current semester, semester 4. You can already see Eileen's face is frustrated. So, what do you have in mind, Eileen?
Actually, I would like to share this to junior, and also maybe it's like we always get this concept, like not this concept, it's like this saying that like whenever we're in a new semester, the lecturers are saying like, this is gonna be like your hardest semester ever. And then you go to the next, it's gonna be your hardest ever.
Yeah.
It's gonna
but always saying that.
Yeah. But honestly, the semester actually does get harder but never easier. It's the same. It's the same as life. It's like it doesn't get harder. It gets harder. It gets harder but not easier. But what we can do to it is like we get to, throughout all the hardship, we are more experienced in know how to handling them. So I like to say is like, don't be afraid, when the seniors or lecturers tell us like it's gonna be the hardest. But to be honest, we were there also. But I just feel like what I say in life or in your module, it's gonna get harder and harder. But then for me, when I entered Sem 1, I felt why is so hard? And I thought it's so hard. But then when I go to Sem 2, when I look back, it's actually pretty easy.
Yeah.
But then when I was in Sem 2, when I'm in Sem 2, and I go to Sem 3, it's actually pretty easy in Sem 2 because I'm going through Sem 3. There's harder stuff there, obviously. So I feel like don't run away, don't escape from the hardship you're facing right now, because you're gonna go through it one day, then you're gonna look back. It's actually, I've actually done that. So it's hard, but just let it be hard. Just accept it. If you just stop there, then you will never have the chance to look back. But if you proceed and then you look back, it's actually okay. But even though I'm in a harder phase now, but it's actually easier back then. So don't be afraid of it. Just accept, go through. So that's why I was having this phase, because the phase, like when I say Sem 4, because I'm actually going through the hard stuff right now. That's why I would say it's actually hard this sem. But I'm pretty sure when I'm in Sem 5, I look back, it's actually okay. I passed through it. So the reason why Sem 4 is hard for me, I feel like it's the hardest sem so far. Maybe I would say the same if I'm in Sem 3. But for now, I feel like it's the hardest. What are the reasons? Because I would say this is the hardest sem, but I'm pretty sure I'll be grateful for myself when I'm in Sem 5. Because Sem 4 is basically we are preparing and pathing a road for ourselves in Sem 5. Because we are having a research proposal, which we'll be executing in Sem 5. We need to look for our internship, which will be executing in Sem 6. So basically, Sem 4 is about doing the preparation. And then while preparing all these, we have the hardest module that we have had throughout all Sem 4. It's like we have to go through our studies and then go through. It's like Sem 4 is like conversion to adulting. It's like you got to deal with your stuff. If you don't do this, then nothing's gonna happen in the future. So you have to make it happen. You have to force yourself.
Yeah.
So Sem 4 is hard, but we'll get through it. Yeah.
That's some really deep reflection.
Yeah, I say doesn't apply in our studies, apply in general life as well. So this sem, I would say, just don't escape from it.
plan it throughoutly, and then sem 5 you thank yourself for doing that. So yeah.
Yeah. Like throughout the semester, it would just progressively get harder, but like when it gets harder, it would just make you stronger. So
Yeah.
keep pushing, guys.
And
What doesn't kill you makes
makes
you
you
stronger. So if you're still alive, yeah, it means you're growing.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then don't be afraid to approach be it approaching your family, approaching your friends, your classmate or your lecturers. Just ask for help or ask for any advices if you feel like you need it. Don't keep it everything to yourself, because one good thing is you have a whole batchmate to go through with you. It's not you're the only student here. So just ask them, ask advice. Sometimes talking to others help with dealing all the hard stuff as well. So
Yeah, I think Simone and Eileen wrapped up semester 4 for us because we haven't gone through it completely. And yeah, I agree with you that I feel like semester 4 is the first time I actually feel like a biomedical scientist, like going through the internship options, doing OSLE, which was our practical examination. That was the first time we went through it. And then we found out how stressful it can be in a lab. And yeah, just going through research projects, our final year projects, I think looking through creating a research proposal, it feels something new and something someone in our degree would do, and it's a first glance towards it, and it is stressful, but I feel like this has been my favorite sem in terms of learning how to become someone prepared for the work.
so you mean it's like in sem 4 is where you have your own development the most?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Self-development in sem 4 for me was the most.
Yeah, I think it's like a slap in the face, because in sem 4 you don't have a choice. Like you are forced to. It's like a wake up call where you're like, oh, internship is coming up, research proposal is coming up.
Yeah.
You have to like do so many things in a short amount of period, and then it really like, you gotta get your life together, Simone. Yeah, and that's when like I think your time management skills have to kick in, your balance have to kick in, and you have to like juggle learn how to juggle all of these stuff in a really really short period of time. But that's just how life is, honestly.
So I think with semester 4 done, that's all we have for today. So I would like to thank our guests for attending our podcast. Thank you so much. And one thing to the viewers, remember to follow our Instagram and make sure to watch us on YouTube and Spotify. Thank you.
Subscribe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.